So as I'm sure you're all aware, Paulo Costa is going to be facing Khamzat Chimaev. That fight was announced only a couple of days ago, but is this fight actually going to happen? I myself am not entirely convinced. As we know, Paulo Costa has been a pullout merchant as of late. Most recently in his fight against Ikram, he pulled out of that fight for undisclosed reasons, and prior to that, his contract negotiations with the UFC with his bout that was supposed to take place at UFC 284 against Robert the Reaper Whittaker. So that's 2 fights now that Paulo Costa has pulled out of recently, and I've noticed a pattern of occurrences here that when the UFC would announce a fight for Paulo Costa and people would ask him if this fight is going to actually take place, if the contract has been signed, Paulo Costa would say it is a bunch of rubbish. So I don't know what Paulo Costa is playing at here. I thought he was happy with the company. You know, wasn't it the whole point that he re-signed with the organization, that he got the deal that he was after? So I'm curious as to your thoughts as to what you think is at play here, because if he's already signed with the organization, it seems that he's not happy about some things currently, or still isn't happy about a few things, and maybe the way the UFC does business in particular. So if what he's saying is true, the fact that, you know, they announce fights before they've even been signed, it might just be his way of pushing back at the way they do business there. But it does raise the question if the fight with Khamzat Chimaev is going to happen. Look, this contest is absolutely phenomenal on paper, and 2 of them are absolutely massive names, but I'm just finding it a little bit difficult to get excited about the contest, considering it's been so long since Paulo Costa has competed, considering it's been so long since Khamzat Chimaev has actually accepted a fight. And with Khamzat Chimaev, we've noticed a lot of inconsistencies, him calling out everyone under the sun and never actually getting a contract signed. But just in regards to all of the matchups that these guys could have had, I don't think we could have asked for a better matchup than Costa versus Khamzat. This is one that's going to really get the fans excited, in my opinion, but unfortunately, due to the recent events, I'm finding it very difficult to get excited about the fight. Do you guys actually think that this fight's going to take place? And if this fight does actually happen, and to me, that's a big if right now, maybe a little bit pessimistic, I know, but that's just how I feel about the whole thing. Who do you guys think is going to take the victory within this one? Paulo Costa hasn't really dealt with a wrestler like this before throughout his career, and Khamzat Chimaev is as good as they come. So I just think he's going to give Paulo Costa some real issues within this fight, but I will give credit to Paulo Costa for one thing. This isn't an easy fight for him. You know, out of all the fights that he's been offered, out of all the fights that he could have accepted, he's accepted this fight against Khamzat Chimaev, supposedly. I definitely give him props for that, but he 100% has his work cut out for him, no doubt about it. Now, in regards to who I think is going to win for this contest, I will be doing my full breakdown and prediction for this in the upcoming week, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And if you do like this sort of content, please feel free to hit subscribe. It really does help out the channel. But that's it from me today. Take care, everyone. Catch you all later.